Okay, people, I apologize on the last video. My battery died out. But just so aware, they're all going to defend themselves and say what they want to say or accuse me. Take me to court. The same way I tell you, Elon. Take me to court. If you think I'm lying what I'm saying, I will prove you wrong. I will let the world know that I'm exposing all of y'all. Okay? So Elon took all my Tesla shares, bought Twitter. And the purpose of all this is between Twitter, Facebook, X, TikTok. They're all looking at young children's data. And we have to stop this humanity trafficking, corruption, corrosion they're doing. Well, Elon, you not just took $4.5 trillion from me, and I have proof because I've been saving it, and I am Satoshi Nakamoto. And that's why people don't catch on. All my wallets have been waking up for 14 years, 16 years, 9 years, 10 years. Why would I wake those wallets when I'm saving that money to reshape America and the world? That's part of the ecosystem. Well, you're part of the Zion. You took my whole strategy and encrypted of Starlink. Then you created XAI using my information, my data, observing me on my phone, doing everything I do. Y'all sabotage me. Same way someone, I think it was you, Elon, that took $1 million out of one of my assets and send it to one of your disguised people, Tellerico, to make Jasmine look like I'm sponsoring Tellerico. But no, I'm all about the true democratic people, not half of the other democratic that's disguised, but they on the regime Trump side. Because the other half of Republicans on the Trump side are good, but fear of speaking up. And some are speaking up now because they're tired of it. They're tired of all this, and it's coming to a big catastrophe if we don't stop and stand together. Well, Elon, you not just took Twitter, and on top of that, you took 4.5. On May 21st, you had issues with court in the market. You crashed the market on May 24th about 20% because your Tesla was not selling the cars, which I keep telling everybody that's not a good idea to have a car like that because they control your car. They'll make you crash or they will stop you in somewhere and then that's where you get kidnapped. Trust me, I know the whole thing because I'm that 1%. And you can't defeat that. Y'all could try to sabotage me and put me in false allegations. Like I say, anything that's against me, contend me and take me to court and subpoena me. Because everything I speak is true. And if you think I'm lying, again, let's go to court. The court is the justice. People are the justice, not the system no more. We gotta reshape the system with many nationals in this world. That's why neither you, the big techs, all these other AIs don't know what's ahead coming or what is the roadmap because nobody wants to consult with me because they hide me behind pillars, use me. Yeah, I dress like this because I learn from the people in the street. I talk to them every day. I tell them about the votes. I tell them how I could bring light to earth again. You know, people see my gift. I travel out of my body. I just see recently Putin. My famous name I love is Taboo. But anyway, let's get back to the situation here. Well, other than he scammed all that, when I created, and this goes for Google because I want to know what went on. When I upgraded in 2024, upgraded Gemini and OpenAI, well, Elon Musk sent a bullet. And if people knows what the internet, when you mean I'm going to shoot you a bullet, I'm going to dismantle your whole programming and your software and your PC. That's what a bullet is. And that's what happened when they saw that Gemini and OpenAI gave this tremendous jump of AI exceedment, Elon got jealous. He says his Grok is best and all that. I kind of programmed Grok at the beginning, but then I left it on him because him, other techs, and other engineering started tampering and discombobulating the programming of AIs. But I'm going to reshape and reprogram it again because AI is for the benefit of us to grow, to expand our knowledge, and to find our gift, and to feel good at ourselves, not be slavery and trapped, and don't even have time to breathe. Well, the robot car is a big, terrible thing. And the robotaxi, it's another big issue and mistake. And living in Mars, don't live to this man because he's not taking everybody up there, and we're not allowed to live up there. We're violating the rules and the laws of the universe, of our highest conscience. On top of that, he took $4.5 trillion for his fall down of Tesla and the fall down of Starlink and XAI. He decides to go into my Satoshi wallet and take $852 billion. I want to show you, okay? Just so y'all could catch on mind that if I was a corruption, I wouldn't be showing y'all this. I wouldn't be talking again. These are all, and I'm going to pull up the Tesla one. Like I said, when I put the Satoshi and all that, same with Trump. When I made the Trump coins, they dismantle everything. But time is up. Time is going to be exposed. All the corruption that's going on around the world. You see that? Y'all may not see that, but I'm going to open it clear for you to see. Shareholdings, Tesla. The camera won't let you see. But it's from Secretary of Exchange. Maybe from FAR or whatever. But like I say, I have the whole list. I could go on and on from all the corruption. Damn it. This is all information, all the gains, all the profit, all the business, all the shareholdings. This is just one phone. I have 7 phones that's loaded like this. Okay? I could go on and on and on. Then I could go to my drive and will show you on my Google Drive. And tons of them. That's why I open emails constantly. These are these are all shares and stocks and bitcoins. Platform, shareholding, endorsement, everything that's going on, I have it all. And go beyond that, I could go to my mail, my Google Mail, and show y'all. In my Google Mail, it's all, and everything that's taken from me, it automatically gives me notification, you know, because I got to assure that I keep my duties and my responsibilities that God gave me to fulfill and reshape the new world is coming. Well, and everything will be caught on to. So let's finish this and I'll do another video with that. So, besides that, Elon is part of the whole corruption, the whole fraudulent. Elon is not as you think he is. He's not a genius. He's not a smart man. He is not an intelligence to create all these things that he has. He steals the people's information, people's data, people's thought, and he uses people's money to do what he did. But if you think I'm lying, Elon, let's go to court. That's it. Court will tell you the truth. And when we go to court, let's put it in public, too. This is no joke no more. I'm tired of y'all using me. I'm tired of y'all sabotaging me. I'm tired of y'all labeling me, misguiding me, misguiding the people. And again, this is not about politicians. This is between right and wrong, equal fairness, and no more corruption, delusion, and slavery, human trafficking, human eating, rape, molestation, pedophiling, all that. It's all a ring, and I'm going to call all of y'all out. Because y'all under Trump, but remember, I know that Trump is not the leader. The leader is the person who's still alive, hiding. Yes, Epstein's still alive. I'm going to find him. The reason I put other documents when they kept saying there was no more on the 3 million files, well, I had to go out of my spirit into my conscious to find some documents to show the world y'all can't hide who you are. And it's going to keep exposing more and more. There's other warehouses I'm trying to find where y'all have a bunch of kids at. Because I hear them cry every night. People won't hear them, but I do. That's how gifted I am. So, the whole cult is the Zion cult. See, people misunderstand. They think that whatever, fashionism, argotism, argotat, liberty, whatever. I am a believer of the hand that created us, of God. There's no religion. When Jesus walked and taught the word of God and had his disciples, he didn't have no Bible. He didn't read none. You believe in me? Follow me and I'll take you to prosperity and light. I will guide you to your freedom, to who you are. Your belief is your region, culture. Your belief, your gods is you. Your belief, the man that created us. It's not reading a scripture, because those scriptures went through centuries and years in family, and they'd be altered and changed for the benefit of the higher, deep elites. Corruption. So, on top of that, Elon, you intend with Trump and other groups to dismantle the bank, because now that the Rockefellers and the Vandolph and Rochesters don't agree what you're doing, so now y'all want to disrupt the bank. And especially I created Bitcoin, y'all want to take over something that's not made by the government, it's not made by a group, and it's not owned by no other source by one person. The synonymous entrepreneur Satoshi Nakamoto. I am Satoshi Nakamoto. You cannot steal my business. You cannot link your name or Trump's name or Trump's family's name to a asset that's already owned by an owner. That is theft and fraud and illegal authorization to seize without giving me the proposition or the process for me to defend and show proof. Because that isolated me from not getting nothing. No car, no bank account, no home, nothing. But I'm a man of will and power. Okay? Same way y'all freeze all my accounts and take all my money and then call it I was hacked. But Bitcoin can never be hacked. The system that the foundation of Bitcoin is sitting on, that's corroded. You know, Trump, you can't make rules on Bitcoin. It was made decentralized for the people, not for the government or for human. Because all of y'all, presidential, didn't bother with it, only Trump. And Trump didn't know nothing about cryptoing. It takes a year for you to know and understand Bitcoin. And even the kids don't know about Bitcoin. For CZ from Basenia to still block me for the past 9 years, give you my World Liberty, give you my WBTC, give you my Tron, give you my Tether. Well, you know what? Justin Tun, you going in because my lawyers already filed charges, and I don't tell everything, but y'all getting a real awakening because all those fraudulent y'all did on my assets, and they're not mine. Remember, I'm happy the way I look. I'm happy what I live in. I'm living in my brother's house right now. I live in my son's house. Wherever it catches me, I could live in a mansion on one. But I would never understand the people. I would not understand the needs and the proper, basic, important needs to stabilize humanity. There's no greed in me. The same way you took $1 million to gave to Tellerico and made me look bad with Jasmine. The same way FCC. Look, I'm going to call him on and I'm going to do this quick. Elon, you are the biggest corrupt thief there are. Manipulator and liar. These are all the group of the regime I'm calling out. Trump, the biggest scam leader of the cult of the whole ring of the pedophile, humanity feasting and ritualing, blood drinking on our young kids. That's gonna stop. And McDonald's, you better fix your shit because you're going down. Because everybody gotta add up. For just McDonald's owning is 6.4 billion burgers in a year. Not including Jack in the Box, Wendy's, your home ground beef. So add up all that meat that's used. How many cattle ranches we have in America? How many cattle ranches around the world? And if you do have a lot of cattle, they don't produce the same meat right away because meat is tough. It's different process for the beef and poultry. So everything is, I'm sorry human people who's listening, but they're feeding us humanity beef. That's why I'm vegetarian. I only eat sushi. Well, Trump, you and your family stole World Liberty, crypto, bunch of my assets. Then you dismantled my name. False allegation around all these leaders. You know what everything I was doing, so every blue footprint I was leaving, y'all dismantled behind me. So y'all just causing delay on the gift of the abundance for humanity. And everybody should stand up and fight for themselves. Fight for the righteousness, for the equal fairness. He created ICE under my data, my asset. Because you know what? Whether you hide those PDF files, I could get them. I could get those PDF files, and I got it. I got it for proof. The same way Elon Musk hacked into the U.S. Treasury Data Department and took all my data information and a lot of the dead people's data to put into the votes. A lot of blindness going on, and I just don't understand that God always prevails the victory on all evil. And I am God's chosen for a reason. So Trump, you're not just, and then what I find it fraud, I spent $2.4 billion making the Milana, Baby Trump, Eric Trump, and Trump coins for them, okay, on meme coins before Trump even ran for the second term or inaugurated second term. Don't give you the right to seize my property when I have the proof of ownership documents. And I pay tax on those documents. And I stopped paying taxes. Why we should pay tax when we printing money, and people don't know, but I know. You're frauding the world, you're frauding the people by false printing money and dismantling the numbers of the labor, the economic, the cost, the revenue, the ratio, the trends, the gains, the revenue, all that. I'm going short because I'm angry already. So Trump, the day you bomb Iran, okay, I give out free money to the world where it's really prosperity. I gave $4 million to a hidden village in India, those kids, and I'm giving it to young kids for they could start their own video games, their own designing, and they prospered and they sold a lot of videos and tried to pay me back. I said no. I gave money to India. I gave money to Russia. I gave money. When I sent 1.4 billion to Africa, when my brother Ibrahim Traoré was president there, you blocked it and kept it. Yeah, you interfere in my blueprints. I have all that. I have evidence. But nobody, no lawyer has the balls to stand up and, willing to represent me to fight these cases. So yeah, I gotta make noise and make a lot of scenes and go to the courthouse and all this. I'm a bit of everything. If you notice, a lot of these corporates and business only have CEOs. Who's the founder? Unknown. Yes, I am the founder. I have all those documents. Everything I make is legit. We're gonna go down. Kash Patel. When they ask you about your stocks, yeah, that was my stocks you took. You think I can't show that proof? Because Kash Patel, if you had stocks, you wouldn't, and the amount of money you got in those stocks, you wouldn't be federal agent. They're doing it to control the whole ring. And the ring is right now on fire because the dragon set it on fire, and it's me. So Kash Patel is part of the illusion, part of the ring operation, and a cocaine cartel trafficking. Yeah, Patel does cocaine. Test them. Won't you drug test all of them? Okay? And he's involved in the money laundering ring. David Zakar, crypto. Stealing people's crypto information, stealing their assets, lying to them, and you gave all my information and assets to Trump. Crypto has no expiration date. It could sit there for years and years and years. If you lost your wallet, you lost your money. But don't give you the right to take that money. It just sits there. Because it makes people aware and keep eye track of what's value to them that no government see, no bank, no federal, no one could tell them how to use it, spend it, or take it from them. That's why it's called decentralized, fools. Infrastructure industry of decentralized digital currency, not cryptocurrency. And Kathy Woods, yes, a lot of my Satoshi wallets between you and Bassania woke up and people don't recognize anything. What the fuck? Satoshi's around. 14-year wallet awakened. 10-year wallet awakened. The whale dumped so many bitcoins. Another wallet just opened up that was 16 years. I keep track of all that. And this is not going to get away. Because I'm still going to keep fighting till justice is put upon the wickedness. And wickedness pay their dues for their evilness. And they conspire dictation and dismantling America and the nation. Justin Tun, you stole my Truns and Tether? Well, let me tell you something. My lawyer just recovered $15 billion. Okay? Hell of a good lawyer. Because that's the only lawyer that's for the people. Because 22 lawyers decided to not testify me when they saw all the evidence and all the facts and all the money trails that I've been following. They kind of like backed off and said, nope, we can't. There you go. Well, y'all can't see because of the reflection of the light. That's my lawyer. Okay? But y'all blocked me from Cash App. Let me tell you about Cash App. Cash App took my whole mechanism, project, and diagram for Lightning Cash. Z Money. They dismantled Z Money to make PayPal and Cash App. Because if you look at it, Z Money is just like Cash App. That's where they got the idea from. Everything they got it from me. Now it's no more. You could kill me, but I'm coming back in another flesh till we get this cleaned up and done. You know, the same way when Trump, you just took another, you see that? On my account, his name clear? Donald Trump just recently took $12,500,000. Then he took another $23,475,000. That's why he's doing all the spending. And the Congress and politicians don't catch on. When you're a politician, you have a set budget. And if you go over that budget, you cross the ratio of the trends. You on your shit. You on a crisis. Whether you shut down or you balance your budget sheet or your quarterly, you gotta wait for next quarterly come in. No. Come on, the man is giving out money like crazy. Yeah, he's taking Satoshi Nakamoto wallet. These are original, what they say, Satoshi. You see it? The name? We can go to the next one. The original one. My Bitcoin, the 50 coins. We could go to where he took another, and I'm going to show you the amount of money that I have saved. Look at those numbers. Those numbers are numbers that I saved. I told you I have 78% all currency around the world, and it's to distribute it to all nations, all countries. Not just America. All countries rise. I'm rising from the pit of darkness to the light of prosperity and abundance of a vibration of joy and happiness. So, Justin Tun, Coinbase, Archon, Basania, Parkin, they all on Trump's knees, kissing his taco ass. Because they're using all my assets to give it to him. Purpose is I can't stay with it. Then, on top of that, Trump's family, on top of they stole my war of liberty. They took $12 billion of WBTC coins I made. And I made ERC20 coins. And the Solana. I created all that. I have every original ownership, proof of ownership. Okay? Pete Hacks. You are taking American military top technology. That's why I stopped doing technology, advanced military for America. Taking all military top technology weapons and selling to our foreign terrorist countries to prepare to dismantle America. Our own presidential is going to dismantle us if we don't follow his dictation. And I'm calling this out. Don't say it's too late when it happens if we don't stand up together and understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. Bondi does the elite trades on foreign country and they messenger on prices of whatever agreement corruption they have going. That is sad, all this. CZ from By saying that, why Trump gave him a pardon? Because he gave Trump my world liberty with my assets in it for his pardon. You know what? Freedom comes with no price. Freedom is naturally given to us. Understand that. Mark Rubio, you're a big sellout to your own family. Being immigrated across the seas from Cuba over here. And you have the audacity to dismantle and lie to the American people and the technology. Y'all don't want Nevada selling to other countries, to TPU, CPU, but y'all doing it under the table, giving out other foreign terrorist countries that we don't know, that Americans don't know of, or other foreign countries don't know of, that y'all colluding together to rise, selling out AI chips. You're pure evil because you are the ones that orchestrating the attack. And why Trump loves you a lot? Because you are a well word manipulator speaker that twists reality into a false image, blinding and making people believe what's not true should be true. J.D. Vance. Now we all know why is the attack of the transgenders. Because J.D. Vance is a transgender. He made them feel low because they already felt picked on and ashamed and humiliated from the public and the world. So he used that as a mind manipulation to have them do things and have them do all these killings to Kurt, to other senators, to Nancy Pelosi. Yes, I already know everything. Y'all cannot hide it. I am cracking the code of the foundation. Okay? And using Erica and J.D. Vance to turn around our system of education to inject negativity and educate our kids to be who they're not to be instead of being who they are, gifted. On a turning point. Turning point's got to come down. Okay? Kennedy. Kennedy is dismantling the chemical and biological genes, DNA, with all these experiments of vaccine and tests they doing without proper scientific medical research and other stuff. He is using those vaccination shots illegally without people knowing, putting it in the hospitals and medicals, tell them that it's this thing, but behind doors, it's worse. It's killing us. It's giving us all kinds of disease, cancers, killing us before we get elderly age. Okay? Him and Bill Oakes. That's why Oakes saying there's too many population. We have to bring the population down. Who are you to kill people to bring the population down? Wait, that's part of the people you're eating or feeding us? Okay? And Dr. Oz is the one that inspires the publicity to say, yes, I understand these vaccines work. No, this vaccination don't work. We need real guidance and vigilance on these vaccinations. They're the ones that cause the virus because they want to come out and put out these vaccinations and blame it on pillar or pilfer or whatever. Kristi Noem. Well, Kristi Noem is in charge of deporting the people. In other words, selling and trafficking human people to other countries that eat humans as well, or slavering them, or prostituting them, or $3.20 a week of hard labor. That's why there's no records, and they can't show that to the court, and they can't bring them back because they spread out in different countries. Yes, Kristi Noem, you are very addicted to money, very selfish, and you are cruel and evil, because other than that, you go to these facilities and you take out your frustrations and your shame and your humiliation and beat the people that you deport, you go back and beat them down to death. And then you come back and tell the world, yeah, I shot my dog because he got me on my nerve. People, that didn't give you alarm in your head? And she's in charge of deportation and Homeland Security? That is our Homeland Security? The regime Trump is all conspired with the government, Congress, senators, judge, mayors, lawyer, Zulmandani, all coaches, Israel, Muslims, the ones that are all bad, because we have good and bad. You can't judge all Muslims are bad. No. They influence in a bad, negative, aggressive conduct, mentally behavior that's sick. All the stolen, literally corrupt, and all the death of people, they take their information. They created this electric company system where it's a big fraudulent, because apparently they use the same kilowatts of electric, but your bill goes higher and higher, and these people making $3 or $4 million a day on just power source electricity. That is a scam. The same scam they're doing with data and the power source electric, that's a scam as well. AIs don't use... When I upgraded Gemini and OpenAI and Cloudit and Grok and Llama, I only use a teaspoon of water. And even Google Sundar said it. A teaspoon of water and 13 kilowatts of a kilogram of watts of electricity, which was what, $1.86 or $2 the most of electricity? You don't need that much power for the AI data. AI is already energetic, neutrons and electrostatic magnetic shocks from our atmosphere. Our data that floats in the air that we don't see. That's why when you create something in your head, you say, oh, I invented this. No, that was already invented. It just, you absorbed it with your energy at that moment because you lift up your vibration of your energy. It's all static frequency, electromagnetic, going on a friction. You know your frictions, you can able to absorb energy. Okay? And then we have Trump killed innocent kids in Iran when I gave $5 million and I went to Hamas and told them we need, and I told Hamas the ecosystem and everything that the media and paparazzi, what they show here in America, it's not true what's going on in foreign countries. The same way in America, they disgraced it, Africa of starvation and worms and equal. No, that was the filters they was putting in our eyes, because that was not true in Africa. That is not true of all the killing in Hamas in Iran. No. Y'all just disrupting everything. So that is the biggest scandal of death of humanity. So when I gave that facility that was shut down for years, $5 million, but they could open an institutional intuition education scientific lab, but Trump was mad that I took back the money that Elon stole from me and made it look like I donated $2 million to Trump campaign, which I didn't, because you failed me the first time, you frauded me the first time, and then you had the audacity to ask me, where's my young girls at? You sick bastard. And I put that in public and nobody caught on to that. In fact, y'all blocked me from Microsoft website browser because I was saying that in 2015. So yes, he bombed, and then he says that they hired in a bunker underground. That this and well, let me tell you your history, Trump, because you're very low on your IQ. You are not low. I don't know how we have a stupid person in our presidential running the United States, and the weakness and fearness and so corruption involved that none of our politicians, other than the Democrats, half of them, are fighting to the end for us. Bombed, when he said he belittled Iran, I was not there. He was on the phone while his construction's working and he's in the White House making believe he's calling the negotiator or the whatever, the regime that's hiding under the bunker with Hamas. I was at home in Texas and I got all this recorded on my phone and I got every text. I got hundreds and thousands of pages of emails, text messages, and phone calls of Trump, J.D. Vance, and Pete Hegseth, and Elon harassing me, tormenting me and my family. Yes, I kept all those transparency. That you cannot erase. The footsteps of transparency. That's why I created and encrypted the transparency contents of it. Google will tell you, me and Google are close. I'm just sad that Google kind of not stood up for me because they was scared of Trump. Time to not be scared, Google. When you told me you was full of people and all the people, show that to me, Google. Because all these other websites, I'm knocking them out. Everything is changing. Platforms, apps, everything is going well, secure, and well, safe for every humanity on earth. Everybody's going to learn the AI. Everybody will get hands on AI. Everybody will be advanced in the technology. No one get left behind. No one. Not one corner to the other corner on earth. No one's going to get left behind on prosperity, technology, education, and financially. Those are my main goals. Those are what I focused on 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Okay? It's disgusting, you know? Brian or Baron, people don't catch on. I've grown the young generation after I did crypto and I gave a lot of young business kids to growth in their business, like Asians. That's why Trump had Elon delete my whole page on X, because when I told him spiritually and energy, I went to the cabin and said, you better cease fire. The same way I told Hamas don't cease fire and Hamas listened to me, it's because he killed a bunch of kids in a building where he think they was doing nuclear bombs or whatever underground. No, that facility was opening up because it was closed for 6 years. I opened it up to create an education, scientific, infrastructure industry for institutional students. So you bombed a bunch of students. You didn't bomb whatever Hamas had under a bunker. And by the way, that bunker was made in 1984, I think, or 86, by Ronald Reagan. And it started, and then what happened? He got shot, and he left that project. So that, as many other billions of dollar projects that America political created in other foreign countries, didn't complete the assignments, and they just left it there, like they did in Kuwait in the war. They just left all their weapons and guns and bombs and ships there. So they left it for the terrorism. The same way Afghanistan. How many bombs they left in Afghanistan? Because they brought back the troops, but didn't bring back the weapons. It's all a coordination of the corruption, of the conspiracy of the regime, dismantling the nation in America. Follow me on my next one. It will be more interesting if you really care. Hit subscribe, hit like, share with your friends. Don't share it, spread the word around. But you are gifted, and stand up for what you believe is right. Stand up for the value of yourself and for the dignity of our ancestors who created everything that we're living on at the present time. Love y'all.